Good morning, guys. There's my sidekick. That's what I feel like doing right now. Just laying down. Good boy. Good doggy. I know, buddy. It's really hot. We're about to go inside, buddy. Don't worry. All right. Anyways, guys, I just want to give some quick information to people out there that are trying to acquire land. There's a lot of things that are left out or maybe overlooked. Don't go crazy. There's deals out there. Take your time. Do a lot of research. I know I'm probably going to leave some things out, but just do research. I just want to give some tips. Maybe it helps people in their process. So basically, there's a few things you got to consider before getting land. I'll start going through them. One would be road access. How's the road leading to the land you want? Is it county maintained? Most of the time in places like this, yeah, it's going to be dirt roads. But some of them are maintained by the county. In this case, this one is. They put some shell rock here, I think a little bit over a year ago. And it is smooth and it is elevated. So access here is not a problem. So that's one thing to look for, road access. Another thing to consider is fencing. Fencing is very important. Here I just have 10 acres. And I've had to do, I think, just about half the fencing here. It does get pricey. It does get really pricey. Just a strip in 10 acres, just one side, it's going to be over $2,000. That's easy. So along with that fencing, do you have a survey of the property to make sure that your fencing is placed correctly? That's important as well. Another thing to consider is electrical. Do you have a transformer like that one there? See, we didn't have that. We had to pay for that to be put there. So if you have the transformer, it's a lot cheaper, just because all you need is just a hookup to that. In this case, we didn't have it. We had to pay for the transformer. And depending on the electrical company, they might just charge you a fee which is returned after a specific amount of time, just to make sure you are going to keep the power with them. In this case, it did return most of the money. I think it was about 2,500 bucks for that. And aside from having that transformer, where do you want your power? See, here I wanted it towards the back. So they cover a portion of distance as well, but if you go beyond that, it's out of pocket. So that's something else to consider. In this case, it was just maybe like 20 feet or more that what they cover, so it wasn't that pricey. So we're going to the electrical back there. Because right next to the electrical, I put a well. Now, most of these places, you're not going to have water. So you need to put a well if it doesn't have one already. So that blue tank right there, that's a pressure tank for the well. The well's right next to it. You got your electrical right here. Put a pump right there. That's the well here. This tube going down. It goes down about 180 feet. We got clean water here. Which with the well, you got to check the quality. How's that quality? How deep do they have to go? The deeper they go, the pricier it gets. And remember, in land, there's no drainage also. So I would say the best time to check your land the land that you're interested in purchasing is when it rains. Take a look at it when it rains. Is it in a flood zone? See here, I knew what we're getting. Sometimes, yeah, if it rains 2-3 days straight, yeah, you get some water on top, especially towards this side, but it eventually goes down. You know, this is not the city. You know, you're not gonna have that water run off somewhere and, you know, underground or anything. It takes time. Another thing I can think of is equipment. See how that land that you're purchasing, how is it? Is it already clean? This wasn't clean. This was like heavily forested. It took me, I would say, more than 6 months of just cleaning, but I did have the equipment for it. Not the best equipment, but good enough for me to do the work, which is a tractor. If you're getting some land, you're definitely going to need a tractor, and I recommend you get one with a loader. And from my experience, try to get something minimum at least 50 horsepower. Things to look for also the quality of the grass, depending on your purpose for that land. So here recently I got some chickens, and I've had cattle for several years. I brought them from another lot that I had, so I've had them for a long time, and quality was better in the other place. Here they're doing okay. I don't have too many cattle in here anyway, so going back to the equipment, I've been walking around. You know, here in Florida it's really hot. You need something to move in your lot, even if it's just 10 acres. It can get tiring fast, especially with the heat. So aside from having that tractor, you're gonna need something to move in. Maybe a four-wheeler or a side-by-side. And if you're gonna do the work yourself, maybe the fencing and whatever you plan to do, it's very handy to have a vehicle to move around. I did get a side-by-side, and I'm happy with it. It was kind of expensive. Right now, with the knowledge I have today, I would probably go with one of those little Honda imports, the K-Trucks. They're much more affordable and probably can get a lot more use out of them, especially for farm work. So that's something else to consider. Also take into consideration how far are you from places. See here, my nearest city is 15 minutes. It's not bad. And then I have a major city that is 45 minutes away. So if I have to go to Home Depot, that's it. You're talking about, 4 hours minimum. You go to the store, you do your shopping, you leave. You're talking 4 hours minimum for me at least. So consider your distance from places also and try to plan ahead. But is it worth it? Definitely is worth it. If you're looking at land, you want the lifestyle, you have the mindset, you want to put in the work, definitely worth it. I wouldn't change a thing. You can't compare to city life. Definitely not. Is there work? Yes. There is work. There's always going to be work. But this is the lifestyle you choose, and that's what it involves, work. But it's very satisfying. Alright guys, good luck in your search, and hopefully this information can be beneficial. I probably left some things out, but these are things that occurred to me now, and I think they're very important. Alright, good luck in your search, guys.